What up? What up? What up? What up? Coming to you on a special night.
It's
a
a Friday night.
so we weren't doing anything, and we just wanted to do something a little different tonight.
Yeah, we had to switch it up. In fact, we probably should wait a couple minutes and give people a chance to compile in the room. Normally there's music playing, but we haven't figured that out yet on this platform.
Just straight into it.
Yeah, so unfortunately, but fortunately, they don't get the opportunity to get their bathroom breaks, tell their friends, or any of that good
get
stuff.
Their drinks ready, get roll up. You know, they don't have a chance to do any of that. So we're gonna give everybody a second.
Yes.
Pull themselves together.
Get your shit right, people.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, yo, them niggas doing a show tonight. And it's gonna be a sports show.
Yes.
We're gonna keep the topic sports related tonight.
Yeah, so it's gonna exclude some people who are looking to get relationship advice tonight, but hey.
We love sports. We really didn't get it covered on the last episode, and so tonight we just figured we give a whole episode and nothing but sports. So
the sports world has been popping this week.
The sports world has definitely been popping this week. It's a lot of things going on, and we're going to bring it to you. So welcome to the effing podcast. I'm your host, Branson.
I am B.D.U.B.
Shout out B.D.U.B, Budha,
and Kelli Jo.
The co-hostess with the mostest, Kelli Jo.
Make sure we're sounding right. I am B.D.U.B. Oh, we're sounding crystal clear. Ooh, I'm excited.
Definitely going to be dope. So definitely, like I said, I want to give a shout out to Budha, Kelli Jo. I believe we will be doing another show tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we should. We're supposed to be doing another show tomorrow.
With all the bells and whistles. But like I said, I was bored this Friday night. Wasn't a lot to do. We just want to talk.
That's the point of having the podcasting equipment in certain locations. Yeah. You have access to it at any time.
If I ever learn how to use this, I'll be doing podcasts all the time.
Well, if you ever want to sit down and be taught, I can show you.
Early morning podcasts, just whatever. So, got to give my girl Eighth and Fancy her usual shout out. Definitely check my girl for your adult snacks and stuff. She got the banging lemonade. Definitely want to shout out Dank Drinks as well.
Shout out
for y'all to re-up us, boys. So you know what I'm saying? We'll be looking forward to that. I want to give a shout out to Delph.
Yes.
Definitely give a shout out to
Delph. Big Delph.
Delph
Valentine.
If you're in the Atlanta area, definitely check them out.
Basin Trouble Cafe is where Delph operates out of. I don't have the address in front of me, but I know it's Terra Boulevard, and I know it's right outside of Atlanta.
So definitely want to shout him out. Now, I want to make mention of something. We probably going to jump on this again tomorrow when everybody else here, but every year,
yes,
we've been doing this podcast at least 3-4 years. Every year, your birthday comes by. You don't say shit about it.
I'm like a Jehovah's Witness.
You don't say shit about your birthday. The only thing I know is, oh, damn, the birthday today. Like, you don't ever make mention about your birthday. So
I like my birthday.
Definitely got to give a happy birthday shout out to my man B.D.U.B. How old are you, brother?
I am officially now 42 years young. Fortunately, but unfortunately.
It fits you well, though, brother. So, yes, like I said, happy birthday. You always think your birthday.
I don't like people knowing my birthday.
Year.
Because then they force me to do shit I don't want to do, like get fucked up.
Shout out my man Ames Bomb, because that's who we called you this morning. I sent you the happy birthday song.
Appreciate it.
So, we just want to let you know. We love you. We appreciate you. We're thankful.
I'm not a big birthday celebrator. I have not had a birthday party since I turned 16. That was the last time I had an official birthday party. I don't do birthdays. They get aggravating.
We understand, but we definitely want to show you your love. You know what I'm saying? I know that the other cast members are going to say something about it tomorrow, but I definitely wanted to bring it up before we jumped into tonight's show and stuff. So definitely happy birthday. On the sports kick.
Yeah, we got to start off on the somber note, of course.
We definitely have to start out on a somber note. We got to do an RIP
to the legendary.
Beyond legendary. Like legendary football player, legendary just athlete in general, legendary activist, definitely was in these streets promoting and just taking place in the activism going on and stuff like that. When you
we didn't even say his name yet. Rest in peace, Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah, of course, rest in peace, Jim Brown.
Athlete, actor, activist, multiple NFL record holder. Yeah,
and movie star.
Well, I said actor.
Yeah, and movie star as well. And
so he won multiple MVP awards. Broke NFL records in the 50s and 60s, and retired from the NFL at 30 to focus on civil rights and his career in Hollywood, because he found out he could make millions without having to get hit and smashed up and not have the white boys who were blocking for him on the Cleveland Browns.
All he had to do was get his name out there. Then he was like to this day, every running back is always measured against Jim Brown. Every running back, any running back who has any iota of being successful or being a monster is always compared to Jim Brown. And that's an amazing feat. And like you said, he was in such movies as The Dirty Dozen.
Yes. I remember him the most from Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Yeah, I love Mars Attacks.
I'm Going to Get You, Sucker.
Yes.
He was in...
He was in a lot of 70s films.
He was Bloods and Crips, I believe, was another movie he was in. Mars Attacks. There was another big movie that he was in, and he was just
I'm pulling it up.
All for Black rights. All for Black rights.
And he's been in quite a few things. He got Game.
He was the dude that was fucking with Denzel the whole movie. His the officer watched him. Yeah.
He was in it looks like Any Given Sunday.
Yes.
As an actor. He's been in quite a bit. Let's see what else. Soul Food, the TV series, not the actual movie. Did a lot of voiceover work, a lot of guest appearances on television shows throughout the 90s. The Running Man. He was in the movie The Running. You remember The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I think you mentioned that. T.J. Hooker, Knight Rider, Chips. What else? 3 The Hard Way. You mentioned that.
Hard Way. Yeah.
Yeah, he is in a lot of 70s movies. Black Gun, Slaughter, El Condor.
99 Rifles.
100 Rifles.
100 okay.
Riot. Let's see, Ice Station, Zebra, Kenner. He's got quite a number of films under his belt, 58 appearances as an actor.
Well, just know that this football season, he is definitely going to be celebrated.
Yes, he should.
As he should be, because he did a lot for that league. He did a lot for that league. So, yeah, unfortunately, we're saying rest in peace, Jim Brown, but he's definitely going to live on. His name's going to live on forever. That's just what type of man he was.
Legendary. So yeah, we're definitely gonna miss him, but his activism work. He brought the Crips and Bloods together in LA. So he was definitely somebody in these streets. So yeah, definitely.
He was really in these streets, like you said, he was
out there.
Yeah, he was definitely out there.
He is what John Morant hopes to be.
Before we get to that topic, for the hockey fans, last night I just happened to be watching the Hurricanes are in the they're in the conference finals. It's the conference final. The Hurricanes are in the conference finals. The game last night went to quadruple overtime. Unfortunately, the Hurricanes lost.
What game was that? Was that like the final?
Game 1.
Oh, it's just game one.
Game 1, but the first one of a quadruple overtime game, and it was a good game. It was a good game. So for all the hockey fans, like I said, we were doing sports. So the Hurricanes are down 1-0 to who they lose to last night? Florida Panthers, and then in the other series, I believe it's Vegas and the Predators.
Yeah, you know more about it than me. Hockey is one of those things I wish I could get into, especially since Raleigh does have a professional sports team.
Sorry. It's Vegas and the Stars. So, I mean, if Carolina wins, a lot of people are going to be jumping into hockey because they're going to give us a parade, all that stuff. And people,
no, they've won before. I remember when I was at
wasn't here
Central
when
and
they
they won the Stanley Cup and they brought it through Central. And I'm like, you really think niggas is going to get up and go see the Stanley Cup?
I bet you they win it again, niggas will. I bet
Yeah, they might. But I remember niggas being like, so what?
Everybody wants
Take
to be
that shit to a
associated with a winner.
Take that shit to a PWI where they appreciate it. Call us when the Bobcats win.
Up the state, take it up the state.
Yeah, you got to take that to state or UNC or Duke where, you know, students would appreciate. Central don't give a fuck about no Stanley Cup. And they brought that shit to Central.
If they win again, I don't know. They're picking up more fans. Like I see more and more fans of different ethnicities following the Hurricanes because you know where I work at, I see a lot of people coming in and out, and Hurricane jerseys are definitely popular right now.
Well, jerseys are always popular. I remember when Snoop was rocking the Penguins jersey. So
the jersey prices are nothing like they used to be in those days. Like,
so I need to get them now.
I mean,
I remember getting hip to Mitchell and Ness before everybody got hip to them. Like in 90, what was that, 97? And I was like, man, these are expensive. I don't think I can afford one. And then everybody went and got a Mitchell and Ness, and they got big in the early 2000s.
I'm eyeing this Jalen Hurts jersey. It's $160, and I'm gonna go ahead and snatch that up when I get a second. But yeah, jerseys they're always going to be big. Fan bases, you know, they're always going to be big, and just be ready to pay for them, especially for authentic shit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into Ja Morant.
Damn.
We're gonna go ahead and get this topic out. This happened a couple of days ago, so it gave us time to really think on it before.
The halfway thug
and stuff like that. Ja Morant was once again, for the people who don't know or didn't see, was once again caught on video flashing a gun. Now, there's many sides to this that I've heard. A lot of people are like, well, why are people get mad? Why is he getting in trouble? Things of that nature. You know, it's your right to carry guns, and if the firearm's legal, what's the problem?
Well,
I'm gonna let you start.
Well, the number one thing, of course, is the NBA has a clause in their contracts, a morality clause, where just because something is legal doesn't mean you should be doing it. You're a member of the NBA, and you have a image to uphold professionally. So you just can't be out here willy-nilly with guns, even though it's legal. You also can't ride motorcycles, and you can't skydive and do a bunch of other hazardous shit you got no business doing because you got millions in the bank. And I think it's a fair compromise that you limit yourself from that while you're active in the NBA. You can always retire and do whatever you want once you're retired. But with Ja Morant, yeah, just because you might legally have a gun or be able to carry one does not mean you should be showing it on IG, on social media. It's very dangerous to let people know you have a gun because obviously in a place like Memphis, there are people that don't love you that will test you. And we all know Ja Morant isn't really the person he portrays himself to be in these IG reels. So you have to think about that as well. Also, it's just stupid. The amount of money you have should prevent you from having to show images that you're showing. And like I said, it's just a morality thing. It's the same shit Jason Williams didn't listen to, and that's why he basically injured his way out the league and damn near had suicide, and because his dick wouldn't work because he didn't step off of motorcycles, and it fucked up his whole career and his sex life. So, hey, sometimes that moral clause they put in is to save you from you. That's what I think.
Right, this is my take on the situation. First off, it's just a bad look in general. I understand he's a young kid, 23, I believe.
Yeah.
But let's put a lot of this thing in. Let's put everything into context right now. He just was in trouble for this.
Exactly.
No longer than two months ago. No longer than 2 months ago. You were just got caught up doing the same thing 2 months ago. You came out and you said, look, I've learned my lesson. I'm going to take, complete responsibility for my actions, and you're going to see the change in me. This is what you came and you told these people. You told us. You told Adam Silver. You told everybody. You gave everybody your word. You disappeared from the game of basketball for a couple of weeks during that time, saying that, he was going to therapy, things of that nature.
Yes.
What the fuck happened?
It was all a ploy.
What the fuck happened? My God, it is so disappointing. My biggest problem with this whole thing is the optics of it.
Yeah.
It's like we already, and JJ Redick was like, why are we crucifying a 23-year-old over, this? And I'm like, JJ Redick, first of all, and I like JJ Redick.
Yeah.
I love JJ
He's the
Redick.
next.
He's going to be a coach somewhere.
He's the next Steve Kerr.
Sixers coach. We'll talk about the Sixers in a minute. But nevertheless, I like JJ. But what I'm about to say is going to sound kind of, you're not a young black male.
Yeah.
You are looking at through the optics of, you don't see it how I see it being a black male. We have a horrible, horrible gun problem in this country, especially in the black community, amongst young people. You can watch. I watch YouTube videos all the time on O Block and just all types of stuff. YouTube is the library of
fuckery,
of everything. But and all you see is these young kids with guns. Everybody got a gun. Everybody got a gun. So when you see your favorite NBA player, especially in the city of Memphis, of all cities, the city of Memphis, where they get down in Memphis. So you have one of the brightest young stars who is out here, as you say, perpetrating, because you don't have to live that lifestyle. You have no reason to live this lifestyle. You are one of the few who has been given the kind of money where you can actually have a security detail. Like you can have 4 people with you at all times strapped. You ain't got to do nothing. They just walk with you. You have this type of money, but you prefer not to. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why you would jeopardize your financial future, because there's going to be some type of repercussions for this act.
Oh, yeah. He's going to miss a significant portion of the NBA season because of this.
There is going to be some, and like I was telling people, he lucky he wasn't in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because Roger Goodell would have fried his little black ass.
Yeah.
So he's lucky he's not in the NFL. So we're going to see what Adam Silver is going to do. Now, I made a... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, what I was going to say was, in regards to the punishment, I find it funny. The only thing I noticed with Ja Morant is when certain people, like, white ESPN reporters and Malika Andrews, I just put her in the whole category. They're very quick to say what the punishment should be. And that's just something I noticed with black players. And I noticed with white players, they'll comment on them and they will always say, like, the dude is an idiot or something, but they will never say a punishment for a white player. They will never say, this white player did this, they should be suspended this many games. They'll say the league should step in and should say or do, but they will never, ever suggest what the punishment should be. But when it comes to a black player like Ja Morant, that is one thing I do notice with white reporters. They are very quick to say what the punishment should be.
Put them back in line.
Yeah.
And I hate to even be that person, but it has to be something. It has to.
Oh, yeah.
It just has to be something.
I defended him the first time because I get it, being 23. But, once you see the magnitude of what you did and you decide to do it again, I really can't give you sympathy or empathy. I feel like whatever the league is going to do to you is probably going to be overkill. But, it's overkill you put yourself into by playing this game.
It comes back to what you got going on in your life that this is what you need to be in the gym. You need to be practicing on that 3. You need to be working on your game. I don't understand what is this thing about always trying to look a certain way when you don't have to. We don't see you like that. We see you dunking the basketball. That's how we like seeing you.
Exactly.
You know, and for you to give off this image when I'm from South Carolina. He's from South Carolina. He's from a little town called Sumter. You know, we talk about his dad. His dad used to ball. His dad's nice. He came from a good family. You don't get that nice acting the way he's acting or doing the stuff he's perpetuating. You don't get that good at basketball doing stuff like that. I believe the suspension, even if they suspend or just tell them that, you know, you can't be here for a while, it should be about, I think I might have overjumped the gun. I said the whole season. The whole season, that's a long time.
Yeah. The Grizzlies need him by the playoffs because they are good enough to get to the playoffs without him.
That's a long time. But half the season, like All-Star break, like because your image is completely tarnished and shambles. Nobody's going to touch you. All the sponsorships that you had, they're yanking them. Yeah. They're yanking them as quick as you got them, taking them away. Nike, Powerade, anybody that's done business with you is now disassociating themselves from you because you're such a tarnished brand. And the worst part about this is, bro, you know how long it's going to take to fix your image?
Yeah.
Do you know how long it's really going to take? It's not going
Well, it's not going to be that long because people really don't want to see Ja punished or, you know, suspended, but we know it's just a natural course of based on his actions. Like, I don't want to see him not on the floor.
But this is the thing. No, I don't. But the reason I say that is because you've already said that you changed.
Yeah, that is true.
So now that you said that you changed and went back and did it again, we're just not going to take it at face value the next time.
Yeah, that nigga was spewing the lyrics to Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Gonna make a change.
You know, so now we can't take you at face value no more because you've already burnt
that bridge.
You burnt that up.
Yeah.
So now it's definitely going to take you at least, and it's not going to be next season. It's probably going to be a couple of seasons before people come back around to you in that way again, bringing endorsements and stuff. Like they said, and you know, it's not for sure. It's allegedly like he cost himself $40 million. I believe he cost himself $40 million getting in trouble the first time by them not putting him on the all NBA teams because now you can't get the Supermax.
Oh, it's costing them endorsements because Nike just took his shoe off of their app.
So now you can't get the Supermax when it comes time to get this contract. Now the owner can do one or two things. Like they said, the owner can either be like, you know what, take some time away from the game and really reshape your image. Or the owner can say, you know what, we just don't want to deal with this foolishness. Yeah. The owner can do whatever he wants to. He can void his contract right now because of you violated your contract.
Exactly.
So I doubt if he would do that though. Like this boy brings in millions and millions of dollars. But if the owner wanted to, he could definitely tell him, look, we don't want you no more.
Yeah. I doubt they would give Ja Morant away. He is their star.
But, you know, look, we don't know how rich people think. You know, there might be somebody in his ear like to say, like, he's a bad investment. He's a bad investment. You know, it only takes one person to just really slander your name, and regardless of how talented you are, we've seen it. We've seen super talented players and their career amounts to nothing because of getting in trouble. So, you know, we wish Ja Morant the best. Like, I love to see Ja Morant play. Like, one of the up-and-coming stars in the NBA. But when you have people like LeBron who never get in trouble, never get in trouble. Worst thing LeBron does is blows a dunk, misses layups.
Oh,
Stuff like of that nature. You never see LeBron get in trouble outside of basketball. And Ja was getting ready to be the face, I believe. I believe he was possibly going to become the face of the NBA. They were going to get him out of Memphis probably. But just his talent, all that excitement, everything, like how people were enamored with AI and how they loved Derrick Rose. He was the same player, same exact player. But now you've done so much. It's like I just want you to get back right and quit letting these niggas video you doing everything. Like Jesus, your boys are fucking it up for everybody. They're not going to let you hang with them no more. They're not going to let. They're no longer your friends. I already know how that plays.
Yeah, so it's a lot of shit that comes with this gun shit. So I tell anybody, especially when you've got social media, it's weird because people keep saying, "Oh, he's 23 and he's gonna make mistakes." And I know I've been 23 before, and if I had access to 200 million, I'm pretty sure I would make some mistakes too. It's just I wouldn't make the mistake of having a gun in my hand on a live video like IG. My mistake would have been tricking on these hoes.
Like I think, like I don't know when like you say, when social media is everything in this era, like you have to be seen. You have to be seen at all costs in this era, and I probably wouldn't have made it coming up when I was growing up if social media was around when we were younger. We were doing some wild stuff. We were some wild boys.
Oh, yeah.
So I can kind of understand. But like you say, when you're dealing with that kind of money, we always wanted the homeboy who went to the NBA or the NFL that we hung out with and stuff like that. Just to, enjoy some of the perks of that.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys have fucked it up for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't y'all have a homeboy who went to the NBA?
We know a couple of people, but
I'm just saying somebody was inducted into.
Nikki was inducted into.
No,
not Nikki.
Here, your boy.
Oh, shout out,
God.
my man. Shout out, my man. Six. I definitely got to give Jermaine O'Neal his shout out. Like he's from the era when niggas were going straight from high school to the NBA. Jermaine was a monster in high school. I went to go see him play one game at Benedict College, and he played for Eau Claire, the Shamrocks, one of the greatest high school basketball programs around the country. Like shout out Eau Claire.
Yeah. So Jermaine O'Neal was elected to the South Carolina Athletic Hall of Fame May 15th. Oh, well, the ceremony was, I guess, May 15th at the South Carolina Convention Center. So, yeah, Jermaine O'Neal, mainly remembered with the Indiana Pacers, and didn't he win a ring with the Heat? That 03.
I believe he might have won a ring with the Heat.
Yeah, so he was inducted to the South Carolina Athletic Hall of Fame, which is awesome.
But a lot of people don't understand, especially because he grew up in the city and stuff. We followed his career. Jermaine his first team he went to, Portland.
Yeah, they didn't play him.
Didn't get no burn.
I remember that.
He stuck behind Rasheed Wallace, and there was another forward that was there too.
Rasheed, and then I know Steve Smith was on that Portland team. Who else was on that team?
I gotta look, but there was another one. And like you said, Jermaine Six ain't getting no PT. Yeah. And he was just, he was a great baller. And when he went to Indiana,
that's when he turned into.
Showed out.
Would you consider him a superstar or a star? I would give him star just because he never led a team to a championship, but he did get one with the Heat.
I'm gonna say superstar just because he's from the city.
Well, yeah, you're biased,
but overall, he's a star because, like you say, a superstar in the league that it comes with a lot of accolades. A star is one thing.
But a superstar is completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, Six was a star.
Yeah.
And Indiana was great when he was there.
Yeah, that was when they had Reggie Miller in his prime, slightly out of his prime.
Competitive teams and stuff like that.
Who else was there? Tinsley
was there. Jamal.
Who was small forward?
Was Ron Artest? Ron Artest was there.
Yeah, Ron Artest.
Steven Jackson was there with him. Just like
the 03. Well, I know they got hands. I don't know.
Like, hold on, wasn't he on the team?
Yeah. Remember, he had the slide and punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal had probably the most devastating punch out of all those.
He lucky
Detroit.
he slid, because if that dude did slide, he would have just been waking up today.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal came in with that sliding punch.
But yeah, big shout out my man Jermaine O'Neal, who definitely deserves that accolade that he's getting, because he was a superstar in South Carolina. He definitely was a superstar.
Well, I think you have to be a superstar at some point in your basketball career in order to get to the NBA, whether it's in high school or college. If you ain't ever been the man, then you're probably not gonna get to the NBA.
Before we get into the playoffs, I've been seeing this a lot, especially from NBA players, and I'm gonna throw it out to you. They were saying a lot of players don't love the game like that, and
they probably don't.
As I watch the game, I'm like, a lot of players don't love the game. Like
it makes sense.
They're supposed to.
If you're like 6'8", 6'9", if you seem like somebody who's gonna be tall, people force you into basketball. And like seriously, they'll force you. Like, damn, you tall, you play basketball. Like, nah, I'm sitting here doing this other. You should play basketball. And then people force you into that shit, and then all of a sudden you're like, you can go to college for free, and you're like, oh shit. And then somebody says, hey, you can get millions of dollars for doing the same shit you've been doing the past 7-8 years. It makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world.
That's the knock on Cat. He doesn't love the game, which
it makes sense. You're 7 foot. Like, what else are you going to be? A security guard? A janitor?
Like, you might as well try to excel at what you're doing. Be great at your craft.
Yeah, I read a statistic that said out of all the 7 feet people in the world, 17% have been employed by the NBA. And that makes sense because you can't teach tall. So you automatically, being 7 feet and just being able to run up and down the court is enough to get you in the league.
7 feet tall, and you can't.
You look at Boban.
That
that man is trash, boy. He's just there. That's why he's got but he's making millions. He makes more than doctors.
So, I like you said, I can see why some people don't love it. But a lot of people are just, like you say, gifted.
Yeah, they're gifted.
Gifted physically, and
if you're a natural at it, and some people don't hone it. Like, I think that's what Tracy McGrady's issue was. You don't think Tracy really went as hard as he could? Well, I think because of his injuries and shit like that, I don't think he ever really changed up his game. It was always athletic.
Like, certain people, like, loved the game. Like, Kobe loved the game.
Yeah,
like,
Kobe was. Yeah,
like, Kobe would die on the court if he could have. Like, he would have died. Like, LeBron loves the game. Like, certain players, really love the game. Kawhi, he likes it. Like, Cat, like I said, And, who's the kid who plays with Cat? Anthony Edwards. He loves the game.
Yeah.
He looked okay.
Jimmy
Butler.
Yeah, he loves the game.
Jimmy Butler loves the game.
He left 2 teams he was successful at and probably could have got more money to go to a team that wanted it. So, yeah, Jimmy Butler definitely loves the game. There are a lot of bench players and role players that could be superstars if they actually love the game and put the work ethic in, but they have the natural ability to glide and make their money. And I get it, because just because you play basketball don't mean you love basketball. And like I said, when you 6'8", 6'9", you're just forced into that shit. I know my brother-in-law, or I guess my ex-brother, I don't know how this shit works. My brother-in-law is 6'8". So, he, the first question everybody had, did you play? And yeah, he got dunked on by Tyson Chandler in high school. So, but that's the first question everybody asks him. So I get it. You're tall. People force you into that shit. Just like football. Like, I didn't like football because people forced me into that shit. But yeah, I didn't have a choice. The football players pushed me into that shit. My parents pushed me into that shit. Teachers, everybody said I should play football.
Sissy brother, 7 foot, 6'11".
Yeah.
He used to play at USC at the Trojans. He played with Evan Mobley and stuff. And like you say, he loves the game, but you're 7 foot too. So,
and I love basketball. I didn't really get into football really until I was in college. I mean, I watched it in high school and all that, and I followed the Redskins, of course, but I didn't really become a huge fan until
football.
Yeah, until Central. Like, I mean, I watched football. I rooted for the Redskins every year, but like I wasn't following the league like that until college.
I always loved football. I just always loved football. My dad gave me the love for basketball because he played basketball all the time when I was younger. Like he used to take us to the park, and he got pictures of me in the fucking the cradle sitting out there while he playing and stuff like that.
Shit,
so
that was the exact opposite reason of why football was my family, because my dad was 5'9", and the sad part was he was athletic. He was football, track and field, and he said the only thing he couldn't do was basketball because of his height, and he said he's always hated basketball because of that. So
one of the shortest guys I know could jump the highest. Like this dude was like 5'9", and probably had a 47-inch vertical.
I believe it. I read Muggsy Bogues' autobiography. He said he could dunk. He just couldn't get his hand around a regular sized basketball, but he said he could dunk like tennis balls and shit that his hand could wrap around. So I believe you can be 5'3" and get up there. You just got to have strong legs.
If for anybody watching this game right now, look, that's why I'm trying to hold off on my playoff take until this.
It's only like a couple minutes left.
I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to hold off and come with other stuff to talk about.
We are watching the Heat Celtics game too, with a minute 38 left in the fourth quarter.
We could talk about the Lakers playoff.
Okay, so
talk about that series.
I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but I see the Nuggets.
Definitely not going to be a sweep.
I see the Nuggets winning unless LeBron pulls some major shit, and that bothers me because the Nuggets really don't have a paint presence, just the way like every other team has in the playoffs right now.
The Nuggets don't have a paint presence. I
think
they have.
Jokic is not a shot blocker.
He makes up for so much,
but he's not a shot blocker and he's not a defender.
Jokic might be the most impressive player in the NBA.
Yeah,
like I'm
for now.
And the only reason I'm saying that because I got another question I'm gonna ask. Jokic is already top 5 right now in the NBA without even thinking about it.
Yeah,
I believe that this is AD's chance to either shine or get shat on. And so far, he's been getting shat on in the way. And he had a good game 1. He dropped like 40 and had 10 points. But Jokic game 1 was so much better that you would have expected that type of game from Davis. But you got it from Jokic.
Yeah.
And Jokic always told people, wait until my team gets back. Jokic always went to the playoffs without his team. Yeah. Murray came back and Porter came back, and now they're serious. Like the Lakers might be in trouble. We'll be able to tell. I believe the next game might be Sunday. We'll be able to tell Sunday, but Jokic is so big and he controls so much of the game, and then Murray plays so well off of him that. I don't know. The Nuggets might pull off the upset. We're going to have to wait and see. I know everybody's got their money on the Lakers because of LeBron. You know, it's rare that the king doesn't make it to the championship. It's very rare.
I believe they're going to get there. I believe whoever wins the West is going to win the championship. I don't see Boston or the Heat beating the Lakers or the Nuggets in 7.
Like they said, the Nuggets are the most formidable team to me that the Lakers have played in the playoffs. You know, they beat Memphis. Memphis was without Steven Adams and Brandon Cook.
Yeah.
Then they beat Golden State. Golden State, they're just small.
Yeah, too small.
Poole was, you know, when Golden State's on, you can't beat them. But when they're off, they're small, and Poole, like, pulled the wool over people's eyes.
Yeah.
Now the Lakers have to battle against a team that, first of all, gets disrespected.
Yeah, they have a chip on their shoulder.
Denver gets disrespected every turn. When they won game 1, they talked about the Lakers. Yeah. How the Lakers found something. Even though the Lakers lost, they were like, the Lakers found something in that game 1 loss that they're going to capitalize on in game 2. Came out, lost game 2, and still came out talking about the Lakers.
Yep.
So the disrespect is heavy with this Lakers Nuggets series. So I can see why the Nuggets are playing inspired basketball. They won their 2 at home. The next 2 are in LA. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
As for LeBron, I hope he's saving it up.
He should just stop shooting threes. He was 0 for 10 from 3-point line last game, and he missed that wide open ass dunk.
It's not stop shooting threes. It's stop shooting so many contested threes when you know
just
you
threes,
can get
period.
better shots.
Well, first of all, the Nuggets have no post game or no post defense, so he has the ability to get it to the paint, and he needs to do that each and every time because they can't do shit about it. The Nuggets don't have the low post presence to stop Bron from getting to the hole. That's why it really kind of bothered me that he wants to be Steph Curry in this series, where he needs to be LeBron James and just take it to the rack.
So what you're saying is, Game 3, I can expect a more aggressive LeBron.
He needs to be aggressive if they plan on winning. And I also think maybe the air has something to do with it. That thin air probably.
The altitude.
That
possibly can.
People go to Denver to train, so I already know that that altitude is different. They probably got them canisters of air and whatnot, which they need.
And Murray's a beast. Murray is a baller. Like, Murray is nice. The boy dropped 24. Was it 24 in the fourth quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the boy is nice. And one of those shots was in LeBron's face. Like, Murray is a future. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar, but he's a star right now.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Murray's doing this thing.
So I believe, like you say, I believe that whoever comes out the West, even though when we get to talk about the next series, I believe the Heat are just dogs. I believe they're going to give you, if they make it, they're going to make it competitive. They just don't have enough to withstand whatever the Lakers or the Nuggets are going to bring to them.
Well, it's just like right now, though, I just like Jimmy Butler just turns into whoever you need him to be just to win the game. And that's really why he got that dog in him, man.
And the Nuggets have shut D'Lo down.
Yeah.
Like, they've shut D'Angelo completely down.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Nuggets, the Lakers, their bench, Rui's nice. Yeah. I don't know how they let him go out of DC.
I do. We need to let everything go and just start from scratch. We need to let Beal go too. I just believe the Wizards need to start over. Yeah. I think it's jacked up that he wastes his prime with such and they're my franchise, they're my team, but I'm realistic about the Wizards. They suck. And what we'll discuss the draft later, but I don't even know what their pick was. That's how
we'll discuss the draft later. Back to the Lakers. I don't know if their bench is good enough. Schroeder, Rui's nice. Who else do they go to? I haven't heard nothing about old boy who was the star against Golden State. Ain't heard his name. Lonnie Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't heard Lonnie Walker name yet. They ain't heard nothing about him. So we're going to see what changes the Lakers make for Game 3. But unless Jokic gets hurt or Murray get hurt, the Lakers have a steep hill to climb. I know there's a bunch of Laker fans out there. Laker Nation is just like Cowboy Nation. They're very deep in it, but
they're not as obnoxious as Dallas Cowboy fans.
I don't know if the Lakers are good enough to beat Denver. I don't know. We're going to wait and see. And okay, this 19 seconds. What is that?
19.3 seconds left. Miami is up 107 with Boston to 105.
Okay, we go ahead and start talking about this.
Yeah, because
if Boston lose this game in Boston, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
It's over. There's no way they're going to win 2 in Miami.
Nah, I don't see 2 in Miami.
Which you have to win 2 in Miami now if you lose this one. So this series might be over.
So with the Heat, it's like so many Heat players are injured, and yet they've taken them this far. Do you think? I don't know if this is a fluke because they did go to the finals in the bubble with Jimmy Butler.
This is my question, and this was what I wanted to pose to you earlier. Are we not giving Jimmy Butler his just due? Like, is he a top 5 player in the league right now? Is Jimmy Buckets a top 5 player in the league right now, and we're just not giving him his due because the boy balling.
Yeah, he's super balling.
It's
amazing you can take a team from a play-in game all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Is balling. The Miami Heat have just beat the Boston Celtics game 2.
Well, the game isn't over now. There's still, what is it, 11 seconds or what? Is it over? No, the game ain't over. Look at Kevin Love. Yeah, they got 8.4 seconds left.
And they're down 4.
Oh, okay. And Max Strauss is at the line. So, it's pretty much a wrap.
Yeah, they got a white guy shooting free throws and stuff like that. So, now, Boston might be done. Their goose might be cooked.
It's not going to be a sweep, though. I think they're going to get one game.
Boy, you know that.
Because these games are too close for them to.
I think it's kind of hard to fly into Miami and be serious that first game because you know you want to get out.
Yeah.
You want to get out in the streets that first night.
Yeah.
It's
Miami.
It's Miami. So, you know, we're down 0-2, but that first night in Miami, we got to go. We got to be serious. I don't know.
And that's game.
I don't like Boston's chances. I don't like their chances at all. But back to that.
Miami 111, Boston 105 final score. And why is Ludacris in Boston? That's weird.
I think Jimmy Butler is a top 5 player in the NBA.
I agree.
Right now.
I can't deny it considering what he's done.
Right now. After the way that the Heat have gone on this run, like you say, an 8th seed who should have actually lost the play-in. And they shouldn't even been in the playoffs.
I don't even think they were originally the AFC. They had to get to the AFC. They were like the 9th or 10th.
Chicago was beating them, and they came back on Chicago to win the game.
I know Chicago don't feel as bad.
No, not now when they're going to be probably in the ECF. But yeah, Jimmy, the whole Miami Heat team is just dogs.
Yeah.
They just play hard. Boston.
It's good coaching.
Boston with Tatum, because Tatum is a beast. Brown's a beast. But something's not.
I think they're going to get rid of Jaylen Brown. I just think they need a better complementary player.
That's crazy. Those two together, you need another player. I don't
think they need another player.
I just can't see you breaking up Jaylen and Tatum. I just
they're not that great of a duo.
I think they're a great duo together. They play off each other perfectly. They're both one-on-one players per se.
That's what I mean.
Man,
imagine if they had a phenomenal point guard.
Don't get me wrong, because the next topic is the Sixers. And I hate Jason Tatum, but he's a baller. He is a baller.
You hate Jason Tatum?
I do.
Yeah, I think Jason Tatum is dope.
He scored 51 on my boys.
Yeah, good.
Game 7. I hate Jason Tatum. We'll never be cool.
Yeah,
I can respect.
Well, you gotta understand. Your team had Doc Rivers as a coach and James Harden. James Harden.
Let's go ahead and get to this Philly thing. So James Harden is getting ready to become a free agent. James Harden's about to test the free agent market. As a Sixers fan, he aggravated me so much in this playoff. I'm
not even a Sixers fan, and he aggravates me.
The thing with James Harden that really bothered me this playoff series, because, like I said, he had 240 balls in the Boston series. But if you watched any of the games we lost, James Harden would have his man beat him off the dribble, gone by him. And instead of taking the shot,
he passed
out of it. So I'm not the only one who noticed this.
I saw that play. James Harden going to James Harden.
Not play. Plays, multiple plays. He kept beating his man and then passing out, which
is the James Harden move.
I like PJ. But we all know PJ Tucker is not a knockdown 3-pointer. He'll hit a couple. He'll get warm.
He'll hit one
he
if
don't
he's
get
open.
hot. He get warm.
Yeah.
But he's not a knockdown shooter. Why?
I wouldn't have gave up that shot to pass to PJ, though.
And then on top of that, Game 7.
Yes.
You just didn't play. Like, you didn't show up. You or Embiid. But Embiid gets an excuse. His knees hurt. He had a bad game. Harden played so passive, and I don't know if I want him to come back to Philly. I don't know if I want my team to give him $40 million a year, which he's going to want.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to Houston.
Yeah.
Go to Phoenix. I heard that's where you want to go to too. Go to Phoenix.
No. He needs to stay the fuck out of Phoenix.
That's alleged.
He is a dream. He is a team killer. Whatever team he is a part of, he's not gonna show up in your game 7. He's not gonna show up on the elimination game.
That's alleged as well.
Yeah, and he's gonna shoot you out of game 7, and he's gonna make lots of turnovers, and he's gonna do lots of fouling.
I'm having a hard time with James Harden being like, at one time, and it wasn't that long ago, you were dominant. Like completely dominant. Like you could do whatever you want. And like 3-4 years later, you've lost the step somehow. You still got it at times, but I don't know. He just has me aggravated. That Sixers loss to the Celtics when we had them down 3-2, a game at home to win it, and a game in Boston win it. And both games we shit the bed. Basically shit the bed both games and got put out in the playoffs. To get Doc fired, James Harden got Doc Rivers fired.
Yeah,
but Doc was in a no-win situation anyway. Either you're winning and you keep your job, or you're losing and you're getting fired.
I knew that was coming.
Job opening.
Doc has been riding that fucking championship 15 years ago for all it's worth.
Is Boston his fucking he can't get past Boston to save his life?
I don't get it.
Like ever since he got that ring with Boston, every coach goes to Boston and he just can't get Boston. He can't get past him. Now I'm looking at, do we get Sam Cassell? Sam Cassell been on our bench for a while.
Yeah.
Sam Cassell been there for JJ Redick. I'm interested to see what he might.
I'm all for. Well, who's interested in JJ Redick? Wasn't it
Toronto? The name that they keep throwing around that always makes me roll my eyes.
What?
D'Antoni.
Oh God. Yeah, I saw they were talking about the Knicks getting. No. 76ers.
That's a coach. I don't care where he goes to, especially my team. I just roll my eyes because I remember how the Knicks looked when D'Antoni coached them. I remember how the Rockets look. Like I know what that style. The Suns look. I know what that style
Lakers.
looks like. It's fast paced.
It's exciting. It's not going to win you shit.
And it's more than likely going to get you put out once
the league
in the second round.
Yeah, because Steve Nash never went to the finals.
So it gets you. So I'm not really excited about
That's a tier below Barkley. Like when you're in the Hall of Fame but never went to the NBA finals. At least Barkley can say he played for a championship, and Karl Malone
Charles takes a lot of shit that he shouldn't. Like if he was a monster back in his day.
Yeah.
He was a monster. Like Phoenix would not have even sniffed the chip if it wasn't for Barkley that year. He was averaging 30 and some change. Like Barkley was amazing.
Barkley was a beast. You know, I didn't like Barkley when he played, and I wasn't really sad when he didn't get his
favorite player. Barkley was Buddha's.
I did not like Barkley when he played, but I mean, now that I'm older, I can appreciate Barkley.
Yeah, like when you go back and look on people's that's going to be the LeBron thing. When you go back and look at LeBron's game after he leaves, you're going to be like, you know what? I probably was a little bit too rough on that kid. He was amazing.
Yeah,
he was beyond amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What we got left?
We gotta give a birthday shout out to who is it? Michael Edmund Olron from Alaska.
Happy birthday, brother, my dude,
David Olron. And just so people can see, they don't have the new comments displaying. We're trying to do new shit here with the chat overlays, and for some reason, no new comments are popping up. So we don't have a new comment to display. So
happy birthday, my God.
Yeah.
You know, the birthday season. My youngest son's birthday's next week.
Everybody's birthday's in May. Everybody's a Gemini.
My mom's birthday's the 23rd. So happy birthday, Mom. I'll tell you again tomorrow night when we do the show.
Yeah, everybody.
What other topics we got?
Okay, so we discussed James Harden sucking. We need to get into the NBA draft because that's a pretty big deal.
First of all, who won it?
Okay, San Antonio won the NBA draft. You have your boy Victor Wembanyama,
who has been said to be the greatest NBA prospect of all time.
I think that's hype. I think that's cap.
Big, as the kids say, big cap.
Yeah.
LeBron James just like LeBron. I remember LeBron.
I remember it will never be bigger than LeBron.
Look, I remember Melo. Melo was a big prospect coming out. Like, I remember some pretty big prospects. And I'm just not sold on old boy yet.
No, I think he's going to be the truth. I just think he's not going to just immediately come in and dominate. I don't think, I don't think he's going to be like the NBA's best player in his rookie year or anything. But I think once he gets some weight on him, he's going to be nice. Isn't he 7'5"?
This is my thing. We've seen all these super tall guys come through the league that are supposed to transcend the league. How many have really transcended the league?
How many got the opportunity? What about Ball? I thought he was going to do something.
He's still in the league. Hey, all right, but he hasn't like what I'm saying is Yao Ming. Yeah. Yao Ming was.
Who was the other dude? The other tall dude that used to be on Boston.
I forgot.
Taco.
Yeah. Okay.
Taco Fall.
He didn't even really get no burn. So my thing, especially with these tall players, is injury.
Yeah.
Injury. I don't see his career being successful because I have yet to see any tall dude really.
Boban. Is he injured all the time?
He don't ever play. I mean,
Bol gets injured.
Like,
yeah, man.
Think all of the big Odin.
What about the old school big men like Manu Bol and George Mirasan? I don't remember them being.
The only transcending thing they did was block shots.
Yeah,
that's all we did with that. You're talking about this kid Victor has a jumper, crossover, all that. Like, but he thin as hell. Where's the number one player from last year?
Ooh, I don't even remember.
Chet.
Oh yeah, Chet Holmgren.
Chet's supposed to revolutionize the game.
Yeah, he went number one.
We didn't see Chet. Why?
Because Chet is real thin.
And you get ready to tell me this 7'6" real thin kid is getting ready to come in here, and I'm betting more money that he injures and his career it's pretty good, but injuries are going to derail him.
Yeah, I do see injuries affecting him.
Look at Embiid. I love Embiid. Injuries have affected his career. He's hurt every playoff.
Yeah, him and Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Every time playoffs come around, it's some type of ailment.
But you do have Chris Paul who's injured too, and he's little. So I mean,
he's just bad. He's just
unlucky.
Bad. He's just unlucky. Like he's been injured, like we said, at least the past six playoffs. 6-7 playoffs, 7 years in a row. You've been hurt every year.
Yeah.
Clockwork.
I just get new feet at this point.
This is another reason I'm disappointed because I don't really know any college kids.
I don't either.
Like, I know Victor because that's all they've been talking about. The Hornets got a number 2 pick. Who's good enough to go number 2 in the NBA draft? I don't know. I don't know any of the.
I don't know. Kids. Yeah, that's the sad part. I don't know outside of this Victor dude. I don't know.
I watched some of the. Tournament, but I don't really remember anybody really sticking out like that. Like, they go. Hold on. Was it the kid from Alabama?
I wouldn't know.
A guard at Alabama?
Wouldn't know.
I'm going to do better research, and next week when we talk about the draft again, I'll know.
I'm still waiting for Kenny Lofton Jr. to get his shot. I like watching him play. The big dude with the Grizzlies. They showed this clip. They
should have played him more against LA, if you want to be honest.
I didn't know he was on their roster. I thought he was in the G League.
Yeah, especially with Steven Adams being out. Why didn't you play him more against LA? Because you needed the size.
Yeah, they're doing him dirty.
There was something else NBA I wanted to hit on real quick.
Okay, so you said James. We covered Lakers, Nuggets. We covered Heat, Celtics. We covered James Harden being shit, the NBA draft. I'm not sure what else is basketball wise.
I think we hit all our sports.
Covered all our sports. And we did it within an hour because we are on the 59-minute and 15-second.
We covered all the sports. So tomorrow or tonight, I'm gonna go and do some topics.
We're gonna be discussing tomorrow Jay and Beyonce buying that house, and
we're also going to be discussing wasn't it Prince Harry and Meghan?
Getting that assassination attempt. Ain't nobody trying to Wesley snipe me. It's less than likely.
We'll be talking about that tomorrow night as well. We'll have topics for tomorrow night. It was some stuff that
they were mad as hell. They were like, "You trying to introduce new pussy that you're not related to into this family? Prince Harry, we're gonna kill you and her." That's what they were like.
Wow. Hey. So make sure you tune into the show tomorrow night. Once again, I got to give a shout out to my co-hostess with the mostest, Kelli Jo and B.D.U.B. They will be. Well, I don't know. Budha might not be in tomorrow.
Wow, what's Budha doing?
They got games.
Oh.
But it might be rain tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be kind of
it's baseball
weird this week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought the weather's supposed to be AAU basketball.
So Budha might be here tomorrow night. Kelly says she's going to be here. We're going to have topics tomorrow night. We appreciate y'all watching. Shout out all our loyal, faithful watchers, viewers. Yes. Catch us tomorrow night. We'll be here about 10:30, somewhere around there. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there if you're going out. Peace. Where the summer at? Where the warm weather at? Last year it was hot.
I don't know. Hold on. We're still live.
That's cool. I don't care because I want them to hear me. I'm still mad about it not being warm yet. It's fucking 70 degrees outside.
Yeah, May around this time is usually supposed to be.
And they're talking about it's going to be in the 70s next week too.
Yeah, I'm used to it being a lot hotter.
Yeah, like
I'm used to my AC being left the fuck on in May, and I had to turn it off.
The summer is going to be treacherous.
But that's good. Isn't that mean it's going to be not as a hot summer? That means we can go to B.D.U.B.
It's going to be hot.
We can go to B.D.U.B without sweating out gallons of bodily fluid.
It's going to be hot this summer.
All right.